blah, blah, blah. He finishes his rant. I said, Danny Porish, are you done? He goes, yeah. I go, good. Now it's my turn to speak. And so now I flipped the switch and said, hey, Danny, turn around and look at the board behind you. The board behind him was one of those erasable boards, a big monster of a board. It was like 8 feet wide and 6 feet tall. And you were to write your name up there when you opened an account. Now, that particular day, I happened to have 3 counts on the board. And I happened to be the only one who had opened accounts that day because it was at the end of the month and those brokers were lazy. They were all bragging about how much money they made and not doing business. And I said, turn around and look at that board. Whose name do you see on the board? And I used to write Katsunyama. Yeah. Big. 2. 3. Katsunyama. I go, who do you think that is, Porsche? That's me. It's tattooed on my arm. I used to tour, and I'm about to go back on tour with my new band, Claude's From Pocket. So why don't you ask all your hotshot brokers who have not opened an account that you bragged about how great they are because they did 300, 400, 500,000 gross this month because they flipped their book. I don't do that. You hear oohs and ahs in the back. Look at the other board. Now on the other board was another board, same size, for new money. We called it a black ticket. And it was my name on that one too. And I said, look on the other board, Porsche. Whose name is there? That's right, Katsunyama. You should know that because I went into your office to get your signature to go and buy the new shares with new money. And you said, good job. Oh, that's right, you forgot. I'm not done with you, Porsche. Because before you call me any names, you're going to know by the end of today who the fuck Katsunyama is. And I go onto my desk and I pull out 10 fresh leads. Not from my 10 cold callers that I had. Myself, me, cold calling. Because I used to be the guy in the back getting 15, 20 leads a day on Dun & Bradstreet's. Because I was that good. And I can tout it. And if you think I'm a big fucking headed egotistical, no. I walk the walk I talk. If I can't do it, I say nothing. If I do it, I tell you about it. Because if it can motivate you, that you can do it too, yeah, that's what I'm about. Motivation. Light a fire under your ass, because anybody can do it if they put their head down. So anyway, here's my 10 leads, Danny. Why don't you ask every one that you just called a piker, faggot, midget, and then go ask all the guys that you praise that is the best thing since sliced bread, where their leads are. Oh, that's right, because they didn't do it, because they are the lazy piker, faggot, midgets, not me. Now, more oohs and ahs in the back. I told the guys in the back, why don't you pull that board around? In the back, when you're a cold caller, we had another board that was about 8 feet long and 6 feet tall that was broken up in days, Monday to Friday, and if you got your 10 leads, you put your name on the board because, again, the business is about raising money and doing gross. It's not about so much the client, even though the rules and regulations tell you that that's what you're supposed to be. That's what I made my business about. Not everybody else does that. And that's why you know that the stock market is rigged, the whole fucking system is rigged, and everybody's getting paid, and why you should pay attention to the Clintons who take advantage of that stuff. Now, the Glass-Steagall Act, like I said, that's why you have all these countries and these big companies paying for Hillary's bill that she is fraudulently taking advantage of you, America. Now, they bring the board around in the back. You can't find a spot to put your name on it because I would teach these guys what to say, how to say it, why you said what you said and when you said it, because there was a formula of doing it correctly, which these idiots that brag about their fucking Porsches and Lamborghinis and whatever. I said, Porsche, why is it that there's all these leads on this board and not one of your guys are opening accounts? My guys are getting 10 leads, and that's why I open accounts, because I got a plethora of fresh, new leads to go and open new accounts on stocks that I think are relevant that they should buy. Guys, today, all those leads are mine today. Porsche, you got something to fucking say it? Fuck you. My Porsche is parked right next to your fucking Bentley, asshole. So the next time you want to fucking call me what you think you're going to call me, guess again. Because Merrill Lynch is dying for me. I just interviewed. You know, don't fucking like it. I'll walk right out of this firm with all those leads, and I can guarantee you 100 to 200 of these cold calls are going to want to follow me behind. What do you think, guys? They all go, yeah! Because they used to line up behind me after I gave a meeting because they liked how I approached things. They liked the fact that I taught them how to think. So, Donald, you need to learn how to fucking rebut. When she says, and this was the best one you had, where's the tax returns? And you turn around and said, I'll show you, despite what my attorneys say, my tax returns. When you show us those 30,000 emails, you should have fucking stayed on that. You should have gone on to the Comey. That, how is he's paid by your fucking institution? Oh, that's why you got off about the emails and not handing them over to the FBI and how they let you go. You should have harped on that. You should have harped on the cyber threat that she was on the private server, that it got hacked into the DNC. And again, you're just mad because you got caught because you're hiding shit. Because maybe if you had any integrity, you'd have nothing to hide. You would have handed over the 30,000 emails. We're not having this discussion about how much of a piece of shit you really are. And then all these Clinton people who are attached to you that get called in and get amnesty, all pleading the fifth, won't open their mouth because they don't want to fucking get killed. You want to talk about that. You should have talked about the pay for play. How you have all of these fucking companies paying for her to win because they don't want the Glass-Steagall Act to come back and have their apple cart upset. People, wake the fuck up. You think Trump is the fucking problem? I got news for you. He's not the problem. He's a businessman. Is he a fucking loudmouth, big-headed? Yeah. No fucking doubt about it. But I got news for you. If he does do stupid things, any terrorists are going to be looking at his buildings first. Think about it. Why would he want to put himself in that spot? He's going to surround himself with some top-notch people, i.e. Giuliani. The head of chief of police in Minnesota. All these people. He's going to put in the right kind of judges so we can have our freedom of speech, our Second Amendment rights, so we can protect our families, because these fucking animals, which is why we're listening to this great album today in the background, after the proof came out, Mr. fucking Keith did have a gun, did have a holster, and was stupid enough to get shot. His family knew that he carried a gun, and knew he shouldn't be because he had a rap sheet of 20 years. But yet they have these fucking riots, and I have to, now that I live in Charlotte, to get away from that fucking piss bath of New York, to get away from it, I have to, for a week, worry about my wife walking down the street. I.e., she pisses me off with her drinking fucking abyss, but still my wife. I don't need her being shot because some asshole wants to be stupid. But the tension out here is so fucking thick, you can cut it with a knife. So, he should have refocused on that, about how she's unfit because she did fucking do all of her emails unprotected. And by the way, her staff had told her years ago that they didn't want to go on these servers because of the cyber risk. She did sign a waiver. She knew what C fucking meant. And by the way, common sense should fucking tell you, if you're talking about Benghazi, it is of a private nature, which, by the way, she did nothing about. The private emails that did get fucking hacked in prove that she knew about this fucking shit, yet she denies that anybody died over there, and yet they died, and we'll just talk about the four ones we know about that died in Benghazi personally, that she said, what does it matter in that committee hearing? Yeah, it does fucking matter, you piece of crap. Then she calls all of us deplorable. But yet she'll go ahead and have a commercial emphasizing Trump talking about someone who's a fat pig. By the way, I have to explain to my niece, well, he said that. And I'd have to tell her, well, you don't know the whole story. The whole story is that Rosie O'Donnell was calling him all kinds of pieces of thing, and he was being interviewed privately, and it got back to her, and then on a show, he got fucking drilled about it and didn't deny that he called her a fat pig, because she is a fat pig, because if you heard the shit that came out of her mouth, she deserves to be called worse. And she goes, oh, well, what about the gun thing? I said, well, the original comment, which they emphasize his cut version of it, that he would go into someplace and pull out a gun and wouldn't get fucking nailed on it. The original one was about how she could go out because she gets away with fucking murder and nobody would do anything. They wouldn't fucking put her in jail. That Hillary could go into a crowd, pull out a gun, and shoot somebody, and nobody would fucking give a rat's ass. They'd let her off. That's deplorable. She should be talking about anything good she did, which she doesn't have a record of doing any good. He should have talked about the $1.7 billion to Iran and lumped in Obama. How do you fucking send a terrorist country $1.7 billion fucking dollars in denominated actual cash? Hello? These people are building warheads. Nuclear warheads. Fuck. Really, people? You want that woman in this office and you're worried about fucking Trump because he says the fucking truth? And all you believe is what the media, i.e., paid by the Clintons, i.e., the Glass-Steagall Act, which do your fucking research and go fucking look. And then you will see that the things that are being said about Hillary are true about her disrespect for this fucking country. He should have kept on fucking harping on the 30 years in political experience. And it wasn't good experience. She didn't do anything for this country except fucking rape and pillage. Talk about no jobs. Killed fucking Americans. ISIS that gets fucking established because they didn't have a fucking exit plan on Iraq. They didn't train those people how to fucking protect themselves. And the same people that were in the war on Iraq got recruited by ISIS, and i.e., it became a fucking threat. And now you have Obama fucking sending in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of these fucking Islamic fucking extremists. Is everyone fucking whacked? If they believe in Sharia law, even though they haven't done anything wrong, yeah, they're whacked, because eventually that true color is going to come out. But there are people who understand when they come in this country that have to abide by what our concept is. Freedom of speech, freedom to protect yourself, freedom to practice the religion you want, freedom to go to any school that you want to send your kids, and if it's possible, if you're doing the right thing, get some additional funds from the government that's willing to, give you a little help. I got federal aid. I didn't rape and pillage the fucking country. I also didn't go to school in college for 4 years. I went for 2 years because I already knew what I needed to know. I already had a degree in advertising art and design. I was already junior art director of Penny Saver, a distribution of want ads and information in Long Island of over 1 million distributed. So, but I didn't go and rape and pillage the fucking government, okay? But if there are programs that can be used based on your income, but I didn't go and fucking live off this shit. So, black people, don't take this as racist, but you had your equal rights. You got your right to vote, to piss in the same bathrooms, to eat at the same fucking places. And all you guys know is protest, but you don't really prove anything.